Live, local, trusted. #1 at noon. WKYT News.
Water issues for schools in 2 Kentucky counties to close for the day.
Plus, an update on flood damage, what we learned from this morning's Senate Appropriations and Revenue Committee.
And breaking ground, we'll take you live to the site of the 2025 St. Jude Dream Home.
We are taking a live look at what will soon be the 11th St. Jude Dream Home built in Lexington. Today, Mulberry Builders, along with St. Jude and WKYT, will break ground. With your help, we want to raise the most money ever in Lexington for St. Jude.
WKYT's Amber Philpott will be joining us live in just a few minutes to talk about how you can be part of it all. We're glad you're watching WKYT News at Noon. I'm Victor Puente.
And I'm Kristen Kennedy.
They got much better weather out there today, too, for that build.
Sure do.
Well, some people living in Paris woke up to no water this morning. It's causing a disruption in the city, with schools closing on a whim.
And the city manager says water should be fully restored now. WKYT's Lucy Cole has our top story at noon.
Woke up and went to the gym and came back and couldn't take a shower because the water pressure was low.
That's the story many residents in Bourbon County woke up to.
I couldn't really fix my water for work, couldn't wash the dishes from this morning. I couldn't fill up my dog's water bowl because there wasn't a lot of water coming out, or if the water that was coming out, I don't know how safe it is for my dog. So.
Water from the sink isn't safe right now as the city is under a boil water advisory. It's okay to wash your hands, but any consumption could lead to illness.
The water needs to be boiled for at least, at a rolling boil for a minute to 3 minutes, just to make sure it's killing off those germs.
The city of Paris made a Facebook post early this morning saying that they were aware of the water issues. They said that there are crews out all over working to get this handled. The group back here tells me that they are laying a new water line. We don't know yet if that's related to the issues. Students at Bourbon County and Paris schools took the day off. Superintendent Larry Begley tells me this was a quick change. How long did that take to make that decision?
Yeah, it was less than 10 minutes because we just had such a rapid turnaround before people started showing up to work.
He's facing these issues firsthand.
So I get to try to figure out how we're going to get teeth brushed and hair combed and fixed with no water. So it's been an interesting morning.
He says Bourbon County schools plan to be back in session tomorrow morning. In Bourbon County, I'm Lucy Cole, WKYT.
And just moments ago, the city of Paris sent a press release saying that water service has been restored. The city says the issue came up as part of an ongoing infrastructure improvement project designed to make the water system more reliable and efficient.
Kentucky lawmakers were briefed on damages caused by recent flooding in eastern Kentucky this morning. Senators Philip Wheeler and Scott Maiden represent parts of Pike, Martin, Floyd, Bell, and other counties inundated by deadly and devastating flooding. Senator Wheeler says part of his law firm was damaged. He says the devastation in both Pikeville and out in the county, something like the likes of which he has never seen.
There's going to be a lot of people that are going to maybe months and years before they get their lives together. And, considering the already struggling economy with some of the downturn in the coal industry and other traditional means of employment, this has been very devastating.
Senator Scott Maiden said there are 500 homes flooded in his district. And just in Floyd County alone, more than 200 homes were damaged just 2 years ago. A White House official set to see storm damage today in Kentucky. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem will be in Frankfort.
The official press release says that she will join Governor Beshear at 5:15 today to talk about the deadly flooding and recovery efforts. Kentucky's weather-related death toll is rising. Governor Beshear says the count is now 23. He says a man in Graves County drowned.
Registration centers are open for flood survivors to apply for aid. You should have important information on hand before you go. That includes your social security number, your address, a description of the damage, and information about insurance coverage. Those centers are in Pike, Perry, Knott, and Martin counties. The centers in Perry and Knott opened yesterday. Governor Beshear will be there today. The center in Martin opens March 1st. It's another beautiful day to get outside and enjoy some of that warmth.
More cold weather is on the way to close out February. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell still has some below freezing lows in that forecast.
That's one thing. We have daytime highs as we get into the weekend. They're going to be really close to it, too. Let's just jump right into it. Let me show you what kind of a ride we're on over the next several days. This is just your high temperature forecast. Today, on average, we're around 66. Some of you are closing in on these numbers like this in the mid-60s. They're closing in on it right now. The next few days, after a system drops through, it's going to cause us to fall just a little bit. This right here is still above normal and honestly quite comfortable to hang around those 50s. But then there's this daytime high on Sunday. That right there is just a few degrees above freezing. So just imagine where we're going at night, likely dipping way below that. But as we head into next week, those numbers start to climb all over again. 54, 62. But it comes at a price. Patterns are going to get very active into next week. Right now, as it stands in Lexington, basically sunny. You've got a few clouds out there. We're sitting at 62 degrees, and that wind has picked up just a steady, constant wind at 11 miles per hour. Area-wide, look at this. Look at Monticello, already 69 degrees, 64 in Somerset, 63 in Williamsburg, so we continue the warming trend. This rain is going to start diving a little deeper, and as it does, it brings the change to us. So the evening showers get here. It's a chillier day compared to today. It's not bad. It's just cooler than today. And then we get some more gusty winds there as we head into your Friday. I'll break this down in more detail when we start previewing that system for next week. Coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, this story is new at noon. A Rockcastle County murder suspect was found competent to stand trial. The Rockcastle County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office says Clayton Cox was found competent at a hearing yesterday. Cox is accused of killing Joshua Dooley. State troopers say Cox admitted to going to Dooley's house and shooting into it. He's facing charges of murder, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. We're still waiting on his trial date.
A Lexington restaurant has some heavy fire damage. Miyako on Richmond Road caught fire yesterday afternoon. Crews say it started in the kitchen and then spread to the roof. The restaurant was closed at the time. Nobody was hurt. Miyako management says due to extensive damage, they will remain closed until further notice. Plans to eventually reopen.
A House bill requiring local boards of education to adopt policies to prohibit student phone use during school passed through a House committee this morning. House Bill 208 would require the policy, at a minimum, to ban the use of a personal telecommunications device during the school day, with the exception of an emergency. Co-sponsors of the bill fielded questions from committee members before casting their votes.
For those parents who might be concerned, the worst case scenario, a shooting at school, I would make this point. If there was an emergency situation at school, who should your child be paying attention to? They should be paying attention to that responsible adult in the room.
WKYT's Jessica Umbro will talk to lawmakers about House Bill 208 later today on WKYT News.
Today, a committee will discuss a bill to set up policy standards on artificial intelligence. That is House Bill 384. It will also create the Artificial Intelligence Governance Committee. The bill still needs a vote on the House floor and in the Senate.
Another bill being discussed is House Bill 398. Supporters say it would make Kentucky more business friendly. Critics say it would put workers' lives at risk. The bill would ban any safety rules stricter than federal standards. The Herald later reports under the new bill, if you report a violation and get wrongfully fired, you'd be eligible for less compensation. If your loved one dies in an accident, you'd no longer be qualified to request a safety investigation.
For the last 3 years, WKYT has been a proud partner with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. This year, we're teaming up again for the 11th house to be built in Lexington. All of the dollars raised through the sale of tickets for a chance to win the home going right to St. Jude.
WKYT's Amber Philpott is joining us live on Meadowlark Road. That's in the Home Place subdivision off of Polo Club Boulevard, kicking off another dream home build.
Hi guys, it is a big afternoon for us here in Lexington. We are so excited. As you said, we're here off of Meadowlark Road in Lexington for another dream home build. We've got a crowd of folks here to support us, and this is so exciting because it really does take a village to make one of these homes happen. And today we're going to break ground on the 11th dream home being built here in Lexington, and we're talking about helping some of the sickest children and their families at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And all of the money that we raise through the sale of the tickets for a chance to win this brand new dream home, it all goes to St. Jude. This is probably the best day we've ever had for a kickoff and a groundbreaking. So without further ado, let's get to it. We've got our partners from Mulberry Builders. We've got our friends here from St. Jude and a lot of community partners. Guys, let's get those shovels in the ground. right. It is official. We are underway here at our 2025 St. Jude Dream Home. And here's what you need to know about this year's home. It is a 2-story home. It's going to feature 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 1-car garage. And the first floor is going to be ADA accessible. And this year we are going big. We have a goal of selling 10,000 tickets, raising $1 million for our friends at St. Jude. And we couldn't do it without the community. You know, for the last several years, you at home, you have helped us sell those tickets out in about a month's time. So we are counting on you to make that happen again. Mulberry, their team, they're ready to go. All of our community partners are ready to go. And we are ready here at WKYT to bring you another St. Jude Dream Home. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be making a trek down to Memphis, and we're going to meet with some of those families and children that are being helped. And we're going to show you where your dollars are going. So again, we are excited. 2025 St. Jude Dream Home here in Lexington underway. Now it's up to Chris and the builders to get that construction going. Guys, back to you.
Amber, thank you. Coming up on WKYT News, President Trump holds his first cabinet meeting and includes Elon Musk. While we're learning about the administration's next phase of downsizing, and a look at how states are trying to help impacted federal workers.
Showers approach tonight. That's going to lead us out of the 60s, but back to the 50s, so it's not terrible. I'll break it all down coming up.
There's nothing more.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. Now with Donato's new $5 Pizza Pals menu, order a large pizza and choose from lots of your Donato's favorites for just $5. Donato's. Gotta love more.
All right, sports fans, Jim Rome here. Westwood One Sports has wrapped up another thrilling NFL season, and we are shifting gears to March Madness, where the men's and women's tournaments are set to deliver some serious drama, and the excitement does not stop there. Get ready for a tradition unlike any other at the Masters in Augusta, followed by the rousing action of the PGA Championship. It is a sports buffet, and I am proud to say the Westwood One Sports and the Jim Rome Show are bringing it all to you. Let's go!
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. Now with Donato's new $5 Pizza Pals menu, order a large pizza and choose from lots of your Donato's favorites for just $5. Donato's. Gotta love more.
With Zeem, you can stream local news, sports, and events from all over the country. You don't need a celebrity spokesperson. But what you do need is a jingle. All right, here we go. Stream Zeem. Zeem. It's got to have a hook. Zeem. Zeem is home. Don't you snooze. Local news. Don't you stream it. Zeem it. I'm more of a drummer. Where's my Zeemers? What? I'll be quiet. Just show the logo. Free. Zeem, free.
Welcome back. Right now, President Trump is hosting his first cabinet meeting. It includes a seat at the table for Elon Musk.
The administration is preparing to more significantly trim the federal workforce. CBS's Natalie Brand reports.
President Trump's first cabinet meeting of his second term will include his senior advisor Elon Musk to talk about the administration's Department of Government Efficiency.
Elon is working with the cabinet secretaries and their staff every single day to identify waste and fraud and abuse.
It comes as CBS News has confirmed the administration is preparing to direct federal agencies to submit reorganization plans by mid-March as part of more mass layoffs or reductions in force. On Tuesday, 21 staffers working in DOGE resigned, writing they refused to compromise core government systems, jeopardize American sensitive data, or dismantle critical public services. Musk called them Dem political holdovers who would have been fired anyway. As the administration's layoffs impact communities around the country, cities and states are trying to help. Arlington County, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., held a standing room only town hall for federal employees Tuesday night. Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin, a Trump ally, launched Virginia Has Jobs, a website aimed at connecting laid off workers with the state's 250,000 job openings.
The way to really think about it is a resource collection. A single point for individuals to look for opportunities.
Other states, including Maryland and Colorado, have launched similar efforts, with an estimated 80% of the federal workforce based outside of Washington, D.C. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
House Republicans have narrowly passed a framework for a new budget that would reframe the priorities of the U.S. government and pave the way for implementing President Trump's legislative agenda. Lawmakers adopted a budget resolution that proposes raising the debt ceiling by $4 trillion to go with a $4.5 trillion tax cut and at least $2 trillion in spending cuts, which could impact Medicaid, nutritional assistance, and veterans benefits. That bill passed the narrowly divided House by 2 votes after a chaotic night, with 1 Republican and all Democrats voting no. President Trump worked the phones to convince some Republican holdouts to get behind that blueprint.
This is the first important step in opening up the reconciliation process. We have a lot of hard work ahead of us, but we are going to deliver the America First agenda. We're going to deliver all of it, not just parts of it, and this was the first step in that process.
House and Senate Republicans will now have to come together and agree on a budget plan to get something to the president's desk. Senate GOP lawmakers have already expressed key differences, including wanting to avoid deep cuts to Medicaid.
The Vatican says Pope Francis had a peaceful night and is sitting in his armchair after receiving therapy for double pneumonia. The 88-year-old pontiff remains in critical condition. He's been in the hospital 13 days, but there are some encouraging signs. He's not getting any worse. He met with a couple of cardinals yesterday and is talking about promoting a couple of saints. Well-wishers continue to pray for the Pope in St. Peter's Square.
Waiting for good news from the hospital, but yeah, for the moment, we are just here for holidays.
And the 88-year-old Pope had a CT scan last night to check the status of his complex lung infection. Vatican leaders hope to have results to share later today. Another prayer vigil will be tonight in St. Peter's Square.
Now, WKYT First Alert Weather with meteorologist Jen Caldwell.
Pretty quiet for us right now, just tracking a little more cloud cover in and out of our skies. And the warmth, of course, it's out there in abundance across Kentucky already. And it'll get warmer because I expect those temperatures to keep climbing. We might have another 3 to 6, 7 degrees that we can squeeze out of the day. Showers rolling in just to our north. We'll track those in just a second. Even a few thunderstorms associated with that. Currently, though, you can see that we have climbed to 70 out toward Bowling Green. We're in the upper 60s down in Monticello. Now that the skies are clearing up a little bit here in Lexington, we will get a little bit of a bump. Clouds have been a little bit thicker out east, and that's why you're finding 57, 59, 58 right there through Jackson, Prestonsburg, Pikeville, and Hazard. And then you've got all this because we've had more sunshine out there and available. A few little flashes of lightning along the way. Some thunderstorms have developed. Now this is going to start sweeping in through the nighttime hours, and we end up with a gusty shower, a gusty thunderstorm, and maybe even a little grapple. That's that stuff when you hear us talk about it, it's more like soft hail because it's a little bigger than sleet, and it comes in and it's real smushy. That's the way I can describe it. It's really soft. What we're looking at, almost like a popsicle, all right, after it's melted a little bit. What we've got here is this. The showers, the thunder showers arrive. Now, I'm not saying we get a widespread shot of big gusty thunderstorms here tonight. That's not in the forecast. But you might run into some decent wind and some locally quick downpours. And that's it. Now, it doesn't last long. And then you run into some of those little ice pellets. Now, we get beyond this and we go into the day tomorrow, and I've still got some showers around for a little while. Well, that takes a break, but we've got more energy that rotates behind it. Notice that right there. It had a little wintry flavor with it. So I think we could still mix in a flake or two going into early on Friday morning. And some of this that's left over, because there will be a little bit more might fall in that form, then it clears up, and we're good. Not a lot of rain expected out of this, okay? This first round, you get ½ inch on the high end, maybe 3/4 of an inch, especially if you get into one of those heavier showers. Now, it's not until we get into next week that the totals will increase a little bit. We look at the overall picture here, and we've got some cold shots that are going to line up. We've got cold shots for this weekend, but it's a one-day deal. You get into your Sunday, we're getting some of that. We're on the fringe. The coldest air still way up in Canada. Well, watch this. Another one starts to turn the corner. We spike out ahead of it. We get another one going into the middle and latter part of next week. And a little bit more trying to stagger around here and get into Kentucky. The big driver for the one next week is this. A system that's going to bring showers, thunderstorms, gusty winds, some wintry weather on the backside of it, and just a big time change in the atmosphere. We look ahead to our 10-day forecast, and you can see all of it here. Even after today, we're going to be cooler tomorrow, relatively speaking, but it's actually above normal. So it's not a bad front. I mean, it'll still feel pretty good out there for you. Today, it'll be flat out warm, you know? It was for me yesterday.
Yeah.
I was outside, I was like, whew, it's a little warm, you know, didn't have to turn on anything but open the door, open the windows. That was it. It was
Nice.
great.
Walk the kid home from school yesterday.
Oh, that's pleasant.
It was very, very nice.
Yeah.
Up next on WKYT, new warnings, a major measles outbreak.
Why health leaders are so concerned about the highly contagious virus. Next in Better Living.
Every day,
When I said I wanted more, I meant more of everything.
All right, sports fans, Jim Rome here. Westwood One Sports has wrapped up another thrilling NFL season, and we are shifting gears to March Madness, where the men's and women's tournaments are set to deliver some serious drama, and the excitement does not stop there. Get ready for a tradition unlike any other at the Masters in Augusta, followed by the rousing action of the PGA Championship. It is a sports buffet, and I am proud to say the Westwood One Sports and the Jim Rome Show are bringing it all to you. Let's go!
When choosing a flooring expert, skip the box stores and trust the award-winning team at Flooring by Design. Locally owned, our family has been helping customers with their renovations for over 25 years. From large commercial and apartment renovations to working on your dream home, we have what you or your business needs for all your hardwood, laminate, tile, and carpet needs. Make an appointment to stop by our new showroom or let us come to you. Quality, style, tradition. Flooring by Design.
When I said I wanted more, I meant more of everything. Let's bite into the cold of all tomorrow brings. Yeah, I want more of everything.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your lottery jackpots. Tonight's Powerball jackpot, $249 million. Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot, $197 million.
And checking stocks today, the Dow is up more than 40 points.
Well, the first death has just been reported in a measles outbreak in West Texas. There is growing concern there. That outbreak has infected at least 124 people.
It is the largest outbreak of this highly contagious disease that the state has seen in decades. Jared Hill has details in Better Living.
For a couple of weeks now, medical buses in tents like these have been camped out in parts of West Texas, testing for measles.
It is scary, but there's luckily a lot of good medicine and doctors out there.
Katie Edwards got her son checked after asking his doctor about a rash on his face. Her vigilance comes as the second largest state in the country sees its biggest measles outbreak in nearly 30 years. Public health officials say it started in a close-knit, under-vaccinated Mennonite community. Over 13% of school-age students in the county filed for vaccine exemptions in 2023, up from a decade before.
It doesn't take a lot of change in vaccine rates to cause an outbreak with something like measles.
The respiratory virus can survive in the air for up to 2 hours. Up to 9 out of 10 people susceptible will get measles if exposed, according to the CDC. Public health officials say one woman who later tested positive had traveled more than 400 miles to tour 2 universities and a tourist destination while infected. Doctors say measles first shows up as a fever, cough, and runny nose with red, watery eyes, then tiny white spots inside the mouth, and that telltale rash.
When you do not get the vaccine, that is when you have the risk of hospitalization and death.
So far, 18 people have been hospitalized in Texas. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And the CDC recommends that children get their first dose of the measles vaccine at 12 months. There's also a booster available, which doctors say could be good for people born before 1968, since the vaccine was previously less effective. The booster may also be helpful for healthcare workers. We'll keep it right here on WKYT News at noon.
We've got a final check of your forecast.
It's the final day.
When I said I wanted more, I meant more than before.
When choosing a flooring expert, skip the box stores and trust the award-winning team at Flooring by Design. Locally owned, our family's been helping customers with their renovations for over 25 years. From large commercial and apartment renovations to working on your dream home, we have what you or your business needs for all your hardwood, laminate, tile, and carpet needs. Make an appointment to stop by our new showroom or let us come to you. Quality, style, tradition. Flooring by Design.
Right now, sitting in the low and mid 60s across most of our area, close to 70 in some cases, and I think we'll break out to a few more of those. It's tricky because some of us are not going to be even close because some will just stay in the low 60s, others are going to be like that. So that's why I split the difference with a 66-degree high.
You know, if you all change that to the 15-degree guarantee, you'd have a lot more leeway with that. You could,
That's
you know
pretty good.
what?
That's
I feel like you'd be
pretty
able to hit
good.
that pretty good.
You know, as wild as these swings are, I need about 15 degrees,
Yeah.
you know, because it gets pretty crazy out there.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you back here tomorrow on WKYT Mornings.
I wouldn't sponsor that, but
When I said I wanted more, I meant more than before.
When choosing a flooring expert, skip the box stores and trust the award-winning team at Flooring by Design. Locally owned, our family's been helping customers with their renovations for over 25 years. From large commercial and apartment renovations to working on your dream home, we have what you or your business needs for all your hardwood, laminate, tile, and carpet needs. Make an appointment to stop by our new showroom or let us come to you. Quality, style, tradition. Flooring by Design.